What's up, everyone? All right, well, today is day 4 and it is the last day of my small account challenge. Boy, this challenge went quick. I remember on the first day, I was so excited. I was like, I'm doing a new small account challenge. This is gonna be awesome. And then I traded like a maniac. I took so many trades. I went green, then went to break even, then green, then to break even, then finally finished green. And then day 2 and 3, I really got in the groove. One trade, one winner, 2 days in a row. And now here we are, day 4, and the challenge is over. Why is it over? Well, kind of had a rough day today. Well, not really. It was a fine day. I didn't take any trades in the small account, but I looked at the comments on YouTube and everyone said, Ross, I want to see you do a small account challenge with no leverage. So on Monday, I'm gonna start a brand new small account challenge with no leverage. Okay, I hear what you're saying. A $3,000 account with 6 times leverage means I can day trade with up to $18,000. So is it really a small account? And I would say yes, because I literally only put $3,000 in it. But so in this case, I funded it with $2,500 on the end of last week or whatever. So Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, 3 trading days. The account's got about $4,100 in it. I don't have it open anymore, but give or take. So I'm gonna start on Monday with that amount, but I'm gonna trade only with that 4,000, whatever the cash amount is each day. So I'm not gonna use the leverage. I'm just gonna trade with essentially the cash deposit, the cash amount that's there. And to the extent that that is more relatable to you guys and you appreciate that and like it a bit more, I'm happy to do it. The question was sort of, do I keep trading with leverage and grow the account, being aggressive? And the fact is, I've already done that. I've done that. I feel like I've set the record there. I did $500, in December of 2017, and I turned it into $53,000 in 1 month. So I'm not trying to set a new record. There's no point. And ultimately, while was fun for me to do, I don't even know how helpful it really is to a student who's not going to be taking that huge level of risk on every single trade, which is what was required to grow an account that quickly. As a small account trader, what the right approach is? 1 trade a day. It's the small account way. So that worked really well for me yesterday and the day before, and today there just wasn't anything that looked good enough for a small account. Now, I did trade in my main account today, and I had a great day. Main account, big account recap is gonna upload separately, but there was nothing for the small account. So finished the week with no trades, and I'm gonna go in on Monday, basically as day 1 of a new small account challenge of not using any leverage. So we'll see how it goes. I hope you guys enjoy it. Hit the thumbs up, please. I appreciate your feedback and comments. They help me understand what you guys are interested in seeing, so keep them coming, and I'll see you on Monday morning. Hope you guys have a great weekend. Enjoy the recap. We'll see you on Monday. And hey, wait a second. If you didn't already know that day trading is risky, let me be the first to tell you, it's risky. Why is it risky? There are so many emotional traps in the market, and I fell into a big one yesterday. FOMO, fear of missing out. I was up $34,000 and I wanted to swing for more. I ended up losing 50 grand and finishing the day down 15,000. Easy come, easy go. Trading is risky, so do yourself a favor and trade in the simulator before you ever put real money on the line. And with that, I hope you enjoy the recap. All right, everyone, so today is day 4 of the small account challenge. No trades. 0 trades today. I had the discipline to say nothing pre-market really looked appropriate for the small account challenge, and I didn't trade. So I also, the last 3 days, the majority of the profit was before the bell rang at 9:30. Some nice pre-market trades. So today by like 9:25, I was like, you know what? If I haven't taken a trade yet, the time where I've been performing best in the small account is past. So maybe I should just call it a day, which was a no trade day. So ending Friday here, the week, day 4 of the small account challenge, no trades. But I will go over my analysis of why I felt that was the right decision. So the leading gapper this morning was STMP. STMP was gapping up 63%, but It's a buyout. Bought out in private equity deal for $6.6 billion. So good for them, but no trades for us. Second leading gapper was Carve, C-A-R-V. Now, I did trade Carve in my main account. You'll see right here for $41,000 in profit. Fine, but this is not a small account type of stock. It's too expensive. At $30, it just feels too expensive. Now, I put out a survey to our students because there were some comments on my YouTube recaps from the last couple of days about my small account challenge. And the biggest comment was, you should do this without leverage, because you're saying you've got $2,000 in the account, but then with 6 times leverage, you're able to trade with $12,000. So really, it's a $12,000 account, not a $2,000 account. Well, technically, that's not right, because in fact, I deposited $2,500 in the account. So it is a $2,500 account. However, of course, with the broker that I'm using, I get leverage. So I can choose to day trade with as much as, that whatever amount times 6. So today, for instance, my leverage, my account value is $4,316. That's the value, including the profits from the first 3 days. So that means I have buying power times 6. I have $25,000 in buying power. So, on a stock like SGOC or something like that, which did pop up a little bit later this morning, I would have been able to buy, approximately, 3,000 shares or whatever it is, 4,000 shares. I would have been able to take a pretty big position in it. So I hear that feedback, and so I asked our students the following questions. What account type would be most valuable for me to trade in? Because the fact is, I'm not doing this for my benefit. I'm doing this because I want you to learn something from it. So should I trade in a cash account? Cash account under PDT. A cash account with I asked the dollar amount too, but let's just say $2,500. Should I trade in a small account with settlement margin, but not use leverage? Meaning I can take one trade a day, but I don't use leverage. Should I trade with margin and leverage? Or should I trade with a margin account under PDT, which means I can only trade 3 times a week? The resounding answer is trade small account with settlement margin, but not leverage. So trade once a day, 1 trade a day, but rather than using the $25,000 in buying power, just use the cash balance. So in this case, today it would have been $4,000. Okay, so that's what I'll do starting on Monday. Thank you for the feedback. Starting on Monday, I will be trading with the cash balance. Now, the only problem with that is related to the hotkeys. There is not a hotkey to just trade based on, the hotkeys are based on 25%, 50%, or 90% of buying power. So the problem there is that even the 25% of buying power is going to be a little high, because 6 divided by 4 is 1.5. So I'm still trading. Really, I'd want a hotkey for trading 1 divided by 6, which would be 16% of my buying power. And they don't have a 16% of buying power hotkey. It's not an option. Well, I could just show you right here. These are the options. It's 25%, 50%, 75%, or 90%. So I can. So that's the problem. I can punch in 25% and make that the hotkey that I use, and press Shift 1, and then just mentally think, okay, well, I should take away 100 shares. But to sit down and sort of do the math of it, I think is going to probably slow me down a bit. And I don't think that I can. And I'll just check, since someone asked. They said, Ross, can you just type in, a different number? It doesn't appear that I can. It let me delete that, but it does not appear that I can type that in. So, so unfortunately the answer there is no. But that's okay. I'll do 25% of buying power as the hotkey, and then I just know that I have to, drop it down a little bit from there. So that's okay. I could,
even if I was going to be conservative, cut it in half. So if I type in shift 1 and it says, oh, for Carve, you can buy 600 shares, I could just drop it in half to 300, and then I'm trading with 12% of my buying power, which is a little less than 16%, which is certainly the cash balance. So anyways, it's not going to be an exact science, but just due to the hotkey limitations there. But that's okay. I think the bigger takeaway is continue this challenge, trading without leverage. So my thought is that I'll just start over essentially on Monday with a new account. Well, I'll start over just with what's in there with 4,000, and tomorrow, Monday, will be day 1 of the small account challenge using no leverage. All right, so no leverage, trading with just my cash balance. And yeah, okay, it's a $4,000 account, so it's a little bit bigger than 2,500, but it's still, generally speaking, a fairly small account. If we would say anything under 3,000 or 25,000 is a small account, then it's a smaller account. I know for traders at Robinhood or some of these other brokers, you might have like a $45 account, and you're like, that's a small account. I agree, that is a small account. But if you're going to try a day trade with $45, I'm just gonna tell you right now, it's not gonna happen. And I'm not trying to be negative, but let's just be honest. $45, it's not gonna happen. You need to put more money on the line than that. And if you can't afford that, if you can't make it happen right now, then keep studying, keep watching videos like this, learn as much as you can, practice in a simulator, and hopefully, sell a pair of shoes and come up with a little bit of extra money, and then maybe you can start investing in the market or trading the market, however you'd like. But really, you need at least, the minimum account size for the broker that I'm using is $500. But of course, remember, with $500, you will get leverage. So, $500 times leverage gives you more buying power for intraday trading, and you manage that risk accordingly. But in this case, I'm gonna just use leverage, no leverage for the rest of the challenge, or just day 1 of a new small account challenge on Monday. It's approximately a $4,000 account, and I'll just do next week pretty much the same as I did this week, except no leverage. It'll just be 1 trade a day. So that's it, 1 trade a day. And if you choose to use leverage in your account, you do so at your own risk. I mean, this is the way. This is trading. So in case you didn't already know, trading the market, it's kind of like going to the beach. Swim at your own caution. There's no lifeguard here. There's no one. If you want to go in the water, you're going in the water, and if you don't know that it's risky, then you missed some basic education somewhere along the way about the market. But I try to communicate that in any case, that trading is risky. I think it goes without saying. I think it's commonly understood that trading is risky, just like swimming in the ocean is risky. But popping up a couple signs doesn't hurt. So in case you didn't already know, trading is risky. My small account challenge, the results of it are not typical. The result for me of 2,500 to 4,000 in 3 trading days, that's obviously that's not typical because I've been trading for a long time. But you guys said, Ross, I want to see you trade in a small account. I said, all right, I'll do it. Set it up with $2,500, traded it using the leverage for the first 3 days. That went well, but the feedback is, hey, let me see you do it without leverage. So next week, I'll keep going, but without leverage, and we'll see how it goes. At the end of the day, it's not going to change the fact that I'm going to focus on 1 trade a day. At this point, it's just a factor of share size. So that's where we finished the week. Unfortunately, no trades in the small account. As I said, STMP, buyout, Carve, too expensive, Galt. This one, pre-market, was selling off too much. I just didn't think it looked good. TBLT, this one was an 80 million share float. TSRI was a little expensive, but also light on volume. RSLS, kind of like DTST, was a continuation setup. Didn't have a lot of faith in that. And I thought that the majority of the eyes in the market were on Carve. I want to trade the stock that everyone's watching. I want to trade the stock that every trader all around the world trading the US market is looking at today, and that's usually going to be one of the top 5 or 10 leading gainers, leading gappers. All right, so for that reason, Carve was the obvious one. Unfortunately, as it turns out, and as will be the case on some days, it just wasn't the right one for the small account challenge, so the better approach was no trade. For the big account, it was fine. So I traded it in the big account. All right, so that's it. That's how we finish the week. Day 4, we'll be back at it on Monday. Day 1 of a small account challenge with no leverage.
And that right there was an entire video with no ads. I don't monetize my YouTube channel with video ads, which means you guys get to enjoy the content. But do me a favor, please hit that subscribe button and give me a thumbs up and let YouTube know that this channel is the channel to watch if you want to learn about day trading.